All right. And so where we left off the last time was looking at factoring quadratics. All right, now we did two different types, difference of squares, which is completely different. But the other type we did was y equals, and see how I've changed that one here to an a, x squared plus bx plus c. So the difference between what we just did and today is, again, we have that a there, which means some number. All right, so here's an example here that we're going to factor 2x squared, there's our 2, plus 7x plus 6. Now, just like we did earlier, I'm going to do a table, as promised. All right, and the table is set up the exact same way that we did earlier. So my first term is going in the top left-hand corner. So I have a 2x squared. My 6, my last number there, positive 6, is in the top right. Now, unlike earlier today, where only half of it was always x and x because we had an x squared there, that's not true this time. We are going to have to work both sides of the table. But again, what we're trying to do is cross multiply, add those terms up, and this time we're looking for a positive 7x. Now, let's see here. So when I'm looking for two things that give me 2x squared, there is actually only two things, and that is a 2x and an x. Not sure which order. Now, what I'm looking at now is doing the other side. And again, sometimes with this, it's like, as you've probably looked at earlier today, it's trial and error, right? I have to go, but this time I got to go work both sides of the table. So I'm going to try 2x and x. 6, let's go with 6 and 1. I need a 7, so I'm going to put a 6 down, 6 here, and a 1. All right, so I multiply those numbers. Let's see, cross multiply 6x plus 2x is 8x. Oh, really close, but one off. All right, so that's not going to work. Let's flip these numbers, see if that works, because I was so close. Put a 1 and a 6 here. Now I have 2x times 6 is 12x plus a 1x. That's 13x. That's going the other wrong way here. So these aren't going to work, 6 and 1. It doesn't matter if I flip them or not. Now, so what I'm going to try is, let's go with 2 and 3. So put a 2 here and a 3 here. Because again, 2 times 3 will give me 6. Now I crisscross again. 2x times 3, that's a 6x plus 2x, 8x. Again, close, but it's not the 7x I'm looking for. So I'm going to switch these numbers again. So I'm going to put a 3 here and a 2. All right, so now we got 2x times 2 is 4x plus 3x. Hey, 4x plus 3x is 7x. That's the number we needed in the middle. And so now my terms are, I have a 2x plus a 3. And I have a cross going here, x plus a 2. And there we go. So again, sometimes it takes trial and error. I had to keep working the right side there because there wasn't a whole lot that could happen here on the left side. But again, it's not just x and x. All right, let's try another one. Example 2, where I have, let's see here, negative 6x squared. That's going to be typical. Minus 16x plus 6. All right, so again, factoring. There's our two pieces, right? I'll get my cloth ready here because I'm probably going to not get it the first time. All right, so I draw my table. Again, my first term goes in the top left-hand corner. I got a minus 6x squared. There's lots of different combinations there. And a 6 is my last term. It goes in the top right. All right, I don't know. Again, you got to work with these numbers. But again, when I cross multiply and add, I need a negative 16x. So I'm just going to try here. Again, trial and error. Negative 6x here and an x here. If I multiply those, I get my negative 6x squared. I'm going to copy what I did the first one here. For 6, I'm going to go with a 3 and a 2. All right, so let's see what I got here. Negative 6x times 2. That's minus 12x plus 3x. That's a minus 9x. That's not my minus 16x there. Okay. Let's flip the numbers. Try flipping these ones. Okay, and let's see here now. I got a minus 6x times 3. That's a minus 18x plus 2x's. Hey, minus 18x plus 2x is my minus 16x. All right, so now I'm going to write down minus 6x plus 2 is one factor, and then the other one's going to be my x plus 3. So again, a little bit of trial and error when you're working around. This one took me 4 tries, that one took me 2. You never know sometimes. All right, now here's something that could happen with this one. And it doesn't happen for all of them. I'm going to put another table here. Now check this out. This is something that can happen, is that there was actually 2 answers. If I did a minus 3x here, which means I got a 2x here, and I put, let me see here, make sure I do this right, 1 and a 6. Now check that out. The table's different, but minus 3x times 6, that is a minus 18x, plus 2x is again a minus 16x. So in that case, there was actually 2 tables that work, all right? Again, that's not always the case. It's a rare example, but it does happen here and there, all right? So just be aware of that. So if you look in your textbook, it says one answer. There is a chance there could be another answer. Not very often, though. All right, so let's try a few more. Again, this just takes a lot of practice, and you have to be good with your multiplication tables, which definitely helps. All right, so let's see here. Example 3. Again, I'm factoring, and I'm going to factor, let's go with a 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. All right, so again, let's set this up. Bracket, bracket. All right, and here's my table to figure it out. There we go. Again, first term. And last term. Right there. All right. Now, let's see. And here's the thing: is it doesn't matter which side of the table you work with first, because in the end, all it has to do is you have to get the right combination. So I know with -5 here, look, there's not very many combinations that give me -5. So I'm going to try a, let's see here, a -5 and a 1, because it's either one -5 and 1 or 1 and -5. Or sorry, -1 and 5. So let's see here. So now 6x squared. Let's go with 2x and 3x. Just again, trial and error. So let's crisscross here. So I have 2x's minus, let's see here, 5 times 3x, -5 times 3x is 15x. So I have a -15x plus 2x's. That's a minus 13x. I need a positive 13x, so I got the right number. I'm just going to need switch some signs around. So the only signs that were negative here, so I'm going to change this -5 to a positive 5 and make that a -1. Now let's check it out. 5 times 3x is 15x minus 2x's. Bingo. Now I got my 13x in the middle here. And so just writing it straight across, I have a 2x plus 5. And I have a 3x minus 1. There we go. And now that has been factored. All right, let's see here. Example 4. We have 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. All right, so there's my 2 pieces I'm going to draw in there. All right, and again, I'm going to make my table. All right, so first term, put it in the right spot here. Last term, put that in the right spot. All right, so again, working with my table. 12. Lots of combinations there. 12 times 1, 6 times 2, 3 times 4. So I'm going to leave that one. But 2x squared, only one combination there. 2x and x. Now those might flip, but those are the only 2 things that multiply to give me 2x squared. So now let's see here. I got to crisscross here and get a 10x. Let's see. I'll go with, it can't be, well, 12 and a 1. That's totally not going to work. So I'm going to throw that one in. Let's go with 6. 6 and 2. Let's see how I make out there. All right. So let's see here. 2x times 2 is 4x plus 6x. Hey, 10x. I already got it. Got it on the first try. Lucky. All right. So I'm going to write it in. 2x plus 6. And then the other one is an x plus 2. Now, again, this was a rare one. Maybe this is why I got it the first time out, because I'm not looking at my answers here. There was a second table that worked. All right, and the other table that worked would have been an x and a 3 here. And let's see here, a 2x and a 4. So there was two combinations, because again, let's see here, 2x times 3 is 6x. Plus the 4x, that would also give you the 10x. So again, the odd time, there is two possible answers. Do I care which ones? Nope, not at all. Because for what we're doing after the Christmas break, it won't matter, as long as you can get one of them. All right, so there's 2 of them. All right, a couple more. Again, this is just a practice, working with the table. Again, very important to do your homework. For factoring, because the stuff we're doing after Christmas, you're going to need to factor. That's the first step. So if you can't factor, you're in trouble. All right, so 2 more here. Example number 5. We have 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. All right, so again, set it up. Here's my table. Let's see how I'm doing here. All right, so let's see here. Again, setting it up. First term, there we go. Right there, 6x squared. Last term, make sure you know your signs there, minus 10. All right, so it looks like there's going to be quite a few combinations over here with the 6x squared, because you got 6 and 1, or 6x and an x, 2x and a 3x. Negative 10, though. Only 2 combinations there, 5 and 2, but one of them has to be negative. So I'm going to throw a negative 5 here and a 2 here. All right, so that's my guess. 6x, I'm going to go with 2x and 3x, see what I get. I think I got it already. Minus 5 times 3x is minus 15x plus 4x's. Minus 15x plus 4x's. There's my 11x. Hey. Got it on the first try. Like I said, sometimes you get lucky here. So again, I write my combinations down here. I get a 2x minus 5. And I have a 3x plus a 2. So again, if I FOILed this, that's what I get. All right, last one. Again, these just take practice. I'm not doing anything new here. I've got a minus 4x squared. All right. Plus 14x. And an 8, positive 8. All right, so again, factoring it, changing the way it looks here. Set it up with my chart. Here we go. All right, so again, first term, throw that in here. And last term right there. All right. Let's see here. Negative 4x squared. There's a couple combinations there to get negative 4, and 8. There's a couple combinations to get that one too. So might take me a little bit here. We'll see. I want a 14x, right? So let's go with a 4x and a negative 1x. I don't know. 8. I'm going to try, let's see, a 4 and a 2. All right, let's see. Check it out. 4x times 2 is 8x minus a 4x. So 8x minus 4x is 4x, not a 14x. Okay, so that's not working. I'm going to, let's see, reverse these numbers. Uh-oh, which one did I have first? I think a 2 and a 4. Let's see here. 4x times 4, that's a 16x minus 2 x's. Hey, 16x minus 2 x's, that gives me my 14x. All right. And so I get a 4x plus 2. And I have a negative 1x plus 4. There we go. And I actually believe this one also has 2 combinations. Maybe it's not as rare as I'm saying, or I'm just giving these examples out. All right, so again, the other combination that would work are, let's see here, 2x here and a 1 here, which means then I would have negative 2x here and an 8 here. All right, so again, how does that work? Well, 2x times 8 is 16x, cross multiplying, again, minus 2x, which of course would give you the 14x. And so again, there's another example of a quadratic that can be factored 2 different ways. But again, for what we're doing after the Christmas break, it won't matter because in the end, we'll both get the same answer, no matter which chart or table you end up coming up with. But most of the time, there will be only one answer. All right, so that is our last lesson